to the topic of the discussion and hit the issues you typically find reluctant. Remove the facade to fill the gap with some substance. We undermining problems, expecting to overcome it. Please hold the applause. We doing it for the cause. People follow culture before they follow the laws. We rather face the friction and not attempt it at all. Persistence will find solutions once our contentment dissolves. There's a hard pill to swallow for anyone breathing, both for folks who stay woke and those who be dreaming. We ain't slaves, yet we still ain't experienced freedom. What we need is the keys to access the kingdom. We're all in this fallen world trying to stay intact. I'm just a beggar, point you out to where the bread is at. So follow the breadcrumbs like Hansel and Gretel. Thank Yogi Bear and the thought engineer for that on
Man Talk Mondays. Once again, we back, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the show.
We back like the thunderstorms outside, sir.
Oh, yeah, it is raining outside, man.
Mm-hmm. That is. The weatherman got one job, D. He got one job. Hey, so welcome. While my man is coming off of mute, we're going to welcome you guys to Man Talk Mondays.
I'm just running my mouth. I'm just talking.
I'm like this.
My mouse just started doing something crazy across the screen. I was trying to see what it's still dancing right now, but hopefully it won't be a problem. All right. I'm Derek, the Thought Engineer, here with the man, the myth, the legend, comedian John Yogi.
What it do, sir? I say, what it do, sir? Thank
yes,
y'all.
ladies and gentlemen, it's him in the flesh. What's going on, Miss Alicia? Hey, everybody. Thanks for joining us tonight for the show.
Hey, Alicia. Hey, Alicia.
Young friend.
Yeah.
Miss Alicia.
Miss Alicia.
Yeah. So thank everybody for joining us tonight. We appreciate everybody. So let me just remind everybody, this is Man Talk Mondays. It's an open forum where we talk about everything from religion to politics to relationships. But of course, we're doing it from a man's perspective. Now keep in mind, this is not just for men. We want everybody to join in with us, participate in the conversation. Men, women, boys, and girls, everybody's welcome. Now, how you do this? You go into the comment section, leave your comment, leave your question. This is how you talk to us. But by all means, we want to hear from you. Let us know how you feel about what we're talking about. All right. So don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Got our podcast. You can find us on Apple, Google, Spotify, Spreaker.
There you go.
A whole bunch of different platforms you can find us on. And you can check out a whole bunch of different past episodes. We got some great topics, some good content, stuff that you want to hear, stuff you need to hear. We got some stuff you need to hear. Right?
Most of all, but the best of all, we on
TV.
You better ask somebody.
Absolutely. We are on TV.
Yeah.
BS3 TV on Roku. Yes, indeed. You can find us on the BS3 TV channel, along with a lot of great content. Queen 3 and King, Life Happens, Cigar Chronicles. We got some great sports shows, the foreplay, all these different ones you can find on BS3 TV. So go check it out. Check out the content. Guarantee you find something that you'll like, something that'll bless you. So go ahead, check it out.
You know, it's a little different when you talk noise to people on social media. When you see them in person, it's a little different. I'm just gonna say it's a little. It's a little different.
At least he's trying to tell you he was intimidated.
No. She had that look like I'm gonna run up on you look. So I was like, well. Yeah, man.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we come to the point where we talk about just some things that's going on in the world around us, things that you might want to know about, things that might be interesting to you. This is Man Talk About It. Man Talk About It. So what's going on in the world around us? Now, listen, everybody's been following this. Well, I don't know how serious people been following it, but you heard back during the pandemic, this whole incident that happened with Juicy Smollett.
You talking about
Dave, as Dave Chappelle likes to call him, Juicy, Mr. Juicy Smoothie. The whole hoax that he set up. Well, the judgment was passed down, and Mr. Smollett received 150 days in jail. 150 days in jail.
Don't that sound like a lot for somebody who was just playing? You can't just say, Judge, man, I know I got caught up, but I was just playing. I ain't mean no harm. I'm sorry. I was just playing, man. I guess the judge let him out with that on.
Oh no. Judge isn't having no mercy on him because he got what? I think it's a $25,000 fine as well. And I think he got what was it 30 months community service?
Oh wow.
30 months community service on top of that. So,
and then he got 2 years probation after that.
Yeah. Do you think the punishment fit the crime? You think the punishment fit the crime?
Well, let me say something. As I'm thinking about it, immediately I want to say, no, it doesn't. I think they gave him too much time. But when you say that Donald Trump's people, they had the MAGA hats on, they're doing it now, you get into a whole nother thing because you're trying to make it a hate crime. And it's like, dude, whether you were serious about it or not, I think they have to slap you on the wrist, but they got to slap you good, though. They got to slap you good on the wrist to discourage anybody else from trying something like that. Because I think it's a bit much, but what he was trying to do, though, man, I think it warrants it.
Yeah. We got to reserve the hate crime label for things that actually warrant the hate crime label. There's a lot of bad things that happen that justify putting that hate crime label on it. This was not one of them.
Listen, Juicy, we don't need no help with the hate crime stuff. It's enough going on without you adding your salt and pepper to it. Believe me, if you're looking for something, just go look outside. I'm sure somebody doing something. We don't need you trying to help them out.
So he put it as if he's taking on the burdens of the black community and the LGBTQ community.
Oh, he gonna do both of them.
So he's like what, Moses or something? I don't know, but but
you said, wait, is it gay Moses now?
Mose, I don't know what you want to call it. But
we good. Tell him we good. We don't need nobody standing up for us. We good.
Nah, we don't need all that. You're doing too much.
See, there you go. And see, in a time where people are doing too much, I think it's important that you set a precedent and say, hey, you doing too much and you're doing so much, I'm gonna put you in jail for 150 days.
You gotta make an example, man. You gotta make an example of.
If you run out there, you may be made an example of, and nobody wants to be the example.
Now you can sit up there and try to say this is unfair. You were sentenced unfairly because you were a black man, plus you gay. You got sentenced because you did something stupid. It was severely stupid what you did.
Because when you go to jail, they be asking, hey, man, what you in for? Robbery. Oh, I killed a couple people. You going to go and say, oh, man, I was in there playing.
I mugged myself. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, that's funny. I mugged myself. Yeah, you deserve to go to jail. Give yourself some more time.
Exactly.
Good evening, Mr. Ben.
What's going on, Mr. Ben? Good to have you with us. Now, when it comes to things not being fair, not being right, I think this right here takes the cake. So in Arizona, A statutory rape victim has been forced to pay child support.
Now, CD, I thought the same thing when I first heard this, but he must have enjoyed it.
So, because he enjoyed it,
Hey, she said when she looked down, he was smiling.
oh no, he was a kid. He didn't know no better.
Oh, he knew better. Oh, he knew. He didn't know it first, but after a few minutes, he knew that he liked it.
So this young man, I think his name Nick Olivas, when he was 14, he was sexually assaulted or raped by a 20-year-old woman. By a 20-year-old woman.
What 14-year-old don't want to be raped by a 20-year-old woman?
Send your letters to Big Yogi at Man Talk Monday.
What 14-year-old boy don't want a 20-year-old woman to take advantage of? I'm not saying that it's right. It ain't right.
And that's what I'm saying, because even though he may have enjoyed it, still the law says that shouldn't have been going on.
True.
Right? So yes. according to the law, this was sexual assault of a minor.
Okay. I get it. I get it. I'm sorry.
So at what point do we just bypass this point and make him, because a baby came up this whole situation and now he's on child support.
So wait, so you don't think he deserved to be on child support?
No.
Not if it was against his will, right?
Not if the law is set to protect people, man. Because kids make foolish decisions.
They do.
So, because here's the dangerous thing about it. If you start holding kids accountable to the decisions they make, you now drop the age of consent.
Yes, and see, you're right, D, but I think the law is different when it comes to this. In the law, boys, they view us completely different from the way they view women. Now, if the role was reversed and we was talking about a 14-year-old girl and he was 20, they're going to put him under the jailhouse. They're going to throw him under the jail.
Well, we in the land of equality now, man.
We still picking and
choosing. Land of equality these days.
We still picking and choosing. We picking and choosing when we want to be equal and when we don't. We still doing that now. Remember, we still doing that. We can't decide whether or not they want us to open the door for them or not. We still trying to figure that out. So you know they ain't got the rest of it.
Yeah, I get what you're saying, but if we're going to put the law in place, the law got to stand for justice. Supposed to be blind. Monique said that's not good. I know John is kidding. That's a child and that's rape. He should not have to pay child support. Now, if the baby was made after he was 18, there might be a difference. And that's what I'm saying. According to the law, because laws are there to protect people.
They are.
And if you show differentiation in the law saying, if this was a girl and it's a 20-year-old guy, he'd be under the jail.
Oh, yeah, he would. He would be under the jail. It wouldn't be no way for him to pay child support because he's going to be in jail until he's 99.
You know what I'm saying? So why isn't she under the jail?
The court system is not set up for women to get women behind bars. It's set up for men. Hey, you know they say justice is blind and it's a woman and she got one eye come off under that patch like this.
The symbol for justice is a woman, right?
They ain't trying to put women in jail. I noticed that. See, I noticed it's a woman. They're not trying to put women in jail for that because she should have went to jail.
Yeah.
No charges were brought up or nothing.
Yeah. You think women get away with more in instances like that than men do?
What do we talk about every week? Yes, they get away. Yes, they get away with it. Because you know what? This how it is. They can even make it a news story and don't say nothing about her going to jail about it. It's a news story about her putting him being on child support because she would have had to have went and filed in order for him to be on child support.
That's true.
Nobody said when she was when they were typing it up. And how old was he? Oh, he's 14. Okay, 14. You mean like after 13? Yeah. Okay. Just want to make sure we got it down. And the papers go through. Where they do that at?
Yeah.
If that had been that same woman that was typing, if it had been a man that say she was 14, they'd say, hold on a second. Bailiff, I need you to come pick this one up because we got a fool in here that need to go to jail.
Now, I'm going to say this before we move on so we can go on, get on to the topic. When older women flirt with young guys, it's overlooked. When your mama had that friend that was looking at you cross-eyed like, look at your son, Belma, your son growing up, girly. But people look at that like, oh, that's cute. Now, well, let a dude do it. Let Ricky be like, yeah, boy, your little baby girl growing up, man. You gonna be like, say, dude.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
You're gonna be ready to put Ricky under the dirt. You know what I'm saying? We don't keep the same energy. Like Alicia said, we got to keep the same energy for both situations.
But us as black people, or as people that got at least a minimum amount of sense, we say that. But that's not how it's done, though. It's funny we say at times we want equal, but enough people don't want that same energy like Alicia is saying. Enough people don't want that. That's because that's not how it is. That's why she can feel free to go put them on child support.
Yeah. But we can't play the equality card just when it's convenient. We got to stop that. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we want to get into the meat of the situation for tonight. The meat of the situation for tonight. Hey, Monique said, was the baby conceived when he had to be. Yeah. Because they coming back after the fact. So he was conceived when he was underage. The baby was conceived when he was underage. So now they coming back now and hitting him up for child support. So it's all kinds of wrong. This wrong on so many levels. So when it comes to being wrong, is it wrong to hold stuff from the person you with? So we're talking about tonight. What we talk about, man, should I take this one to my grave? Yeah. Man, should I take this one to my grave?
Well, if you got to ask, you probably need to take it to your grave.
But I thought it was part relationships about honesty and trust and right.
It in theory, see, relationships are two things. There is a theory of what a relationship is, and there is what a relationship really is.
Okay.
And for the theory of relationship is honesty and trust, and I trust you, you trust me. We know everything about each other, and we good. We've accepted everything about each other, and we good. Real relationships, that's not the case. That's not the case. Not even close.
So me sharing my heart and opening my heart to you, and so when people do that, you ain't getting all their heart. Basically, what you're saying.
Well, first of all, when you open up all of your heart to people, either that man or woman ends up getting in a tractor driving back over you and your heart.
Oh,
because we can't trust. We can't because we don't know how people are going to deal with what we're telling them. We don't know if they're going to be, oh, well, he's sensitive. Oh, okay. Well, I always want a sensitive man. Or they're going to be like thinking in their mind, sensitive. Oh, I don't want no sensitive man come to bed here. I need a real man. But you really like him, so you don't want to hurt his feelings.
Okay. So is it automatically assumed that everybody lies?
Yes.
So let's take dating for instance, because we talked last week. We talked about dating online. So we gotta assume that people on their profiles are lying to us, right?
Yes. Everybody lies a little bit.
Everybody lie a little bit.
Everybody lie a little bit. When it comes to dating apps, nobody's completely honest. Nobody is completely honest. You're gonna lie about your height. You're gonna lie about your weight. You're gonna lie about your eye color. You're gonna lie about you have Indian in your family and you got to wave. You're gonna lie about something.
But at some point, because looking at data says, at some point you're gonna have to meet this person.
True, that's true.
So if they lied on their profile and you meet them and then they're not what they seem to be or what they advertised, how do you treat that?
But most of the time, I'm hoping that you'll be digging me enough to where you can look over some of my inadequacies or things that I lied about.
So you got to get that conversation going.
Oh, brother, absolutely. Because think about this: I gotta be feeling you and you me before we're gonna actually meet anyway. And then when you come in, you're gonna make a choice when you see me. He's not as tall as I want him to be. He's not as he don't work out as much as he say he do, obviously, because he got the biggest piece of cake that you can get. Like it's his birthday. He don't have as much school as I thought he did. He's not as educated. Or let's say she's not as educated. It's going to be something. People are going to exaggerate. And, church people don't lie. They exaggerate. And I'm beginning to believe that's just not church people. I think that's people in general.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Well, because you got this show, Love is Blind. And this show, Love is Blind, they're only having conversations in these pods. And so people are falling in love off conversations. And you would think, if the conversation is that strong, because they even propose before the sight unseen. But then they see each other. The initial meeting, they on this high. They on this high. So they hugging and all this kind of stuff. But then you get deep into it and the attraction ain't what it was at first. Now they start rethinking some things.
Well, that only happens because I have gotten past the newness of everything, and now I'm beginning to know the person for what the person really is. And it's funny. Some things that might not be big to somebody else. For example, if you got a woman that you're dating and she's very educated, and you got 6 hours at the community college. Well, you can get away at first with saying, they don't laugh at me 6 hours. They laugh at me 6.
Learned a lot in them 6 hours. Yeah.
So basically that's not a big deal at the beginning. When we dating, that's not a big deal. But the more serious we get about the relationship, that 6 hours is a really big deal, because if she's very educated, that obviously is a bragging point. That's a bragging point to you.
Yeah.
And so if I'm around you or your friends, y'all talking a completely different way from I'm talking, because highly educated people talk differently. They use a lot bigger words, and you can tell they're highly educated because that's their badge.
Yeah.
They want people to know that. And if you talking about Shay Short, I'm about to run over there and give me some scrimps, or run over, give me some, where you can tell that then there's gonna be a problem. Wait a minute, I thought you told me you was this. Well, while we were getting to know each other, it wasn't that big of a deal. But it is, the longer we go on, the bigger deal it's gonna be.
So let me ask this. Is failing to tell somebody something up front, is that the same as lying? Is failing to tell somebody something up front, is that the same as lying?
Well, if we dating, it's not lying. But the more serious the relationship gets, then it turns into a lie.
Okay. So leads me to my next question. So what are the unacceptable lies? What are the lies that are just deal breakers that you just can't put up with?
How much money you make?
Okay. How much money you make?
Whether or not you have kids.
Okay. Whether you have kids or not.
But hold on, I want to ask the audience, what is some unacceptable lies?
Yeah, that's what. Listen, everybody, we having a conversation. So if you got some unacceptable lies that that just deal breakers for you, let us know. Talk to us. Let us know what your unacceptable lies are.
Did you have an unacceptable lie? You got one?
I think definitely the kids thing would be one that's unacceptable. If you got them, you got to say something. Okay, so Samantha says omission of the truth is still a lie.
It'll be a lie later, not right now though. the lie coming.
What if they say you never asked me, so I never told you?
That's clever. Yes, still a lie.
Okay, so do you volunteer information or do you answer questions?
Well, see, the problem is with that, and that's great because most people don't ask the right questions, so the other people don't say nothing. Well, you ain't
Okay.
which is really a great place because if you don't ask, why would you stop? Why would you volunteer information?
Good question. That's a good question. Why would you volunteer information? Because the person can easily say, well, since you didn't ask, I didn't feel I should tell you. But now, is it a problem? What about, okay, Monique says, the things that will advertently affect the other person.
Like
a wife or a husband. I got a girlfriend and a wife on the side. You know what I'm saying?
You all right. That will. That just seems like it's obvious, man. I think I have to agree with Monique. Anytime there is something that will make you that will make the other person feel some kind of way about you when they find it out, I think you probably need to tell that part. Because you rather for them find out about that earlier than later. Because they can still decide early if they want to deal with you or not. But don't if you wait till later, it's going to be embarrassing.
What if you wait until you're too emotionally invested? What if the lie comes or you discover the lie after you too emotionally invested in this person? What do you do?
You still got a decision to make, though. It's still ultimately boils down to a decision that you got to make, whether or not you can put up with it. Because what you're trying to do is find somebody that can put up with you and your lies.
Oh, so you trying to find somebody that can put up with your lies. Now that's a whole different scenario. Because now it's expected for me to lie. I got to decide how much lie is too much lie.
Okay, so now relationships are based on games. Everybody come in, they playing games. You got to pick out through the bull and what's honest and what's not honest. Now, by the time you get through that, now you're stuck with, they lied about, they didn't lie about this. This was true. They exaggerated, lied about that. This is true. That's true. Okay, can I deal with this person?
Okay. I can go with you on that. And you said something earlier. I don't think people communication skills when they first get in relationships are to the level to where you can actually start digging up the information you need to determine whether a person is going to lie to you or not.
Well, most of the time when we date, it's not really important. Think about it. Most of the time when you date people, if you don't see past a couple of dates with this person, you don't really think much about what they lie about. Oh, he lied. Girl, he gonna tell me he had all this and all this. I got in this car, his car was all raggedy. You don't think about past that. You just, girl, you get with your friend, you talk about, girl, you can tell what he told me. And y'all laugh about it because it ain't no big deal. But as you start getting serious, I remember one time, I was with this girl at my when I was in high school. She was one of those kind of chicks that you always seen her with dope dudes, the dope dealer dudes.
Oh man, girl, yeah.
Yeah. So, and then when she had jumped in my car, she realized very quickly I was not dope man. And she immediately let me know, oh, no, this is not how we get down, sir. This is not what we do. She immediately let me know, and I was cool with that. Okay, because I didn't tell her nothing. I just say I come out and pick you up. She got it. She like, so no hubcaps, don't nowhere. You ain't got a hubcap over here.
So how was you fronting to make her feel like that? You was doing it like a dope man.
Conversation, man. Conversation rule natures, man. Unfortunately, my conversation didn't pick up.
All right. I got you.
Yeah.
I don't think it's necessarily what they're lying about, or is it the thing you're trying to see if they have a propensity to lie?
Is that what it is? See,
Because it's not just the information. It's not what they're lying about, but the fact that they're lying, is that a bigger deal?
But see, D, what you don't understand is some things you got to lie about.
Okay.
Some things you got to lie about.
What are some things you got to lie about?
Well, audience, please help me on this. Some things you got to lie about. Well,
what's up, Ivan?
What's up, Doc? So, go ahead. Monique got something.
Monique said, yes, I agree with John. At the beginning, you expect the little white lies, height, car, job, etc., because you feel most people exaggerate. So you make an allowance for it. All right.
When people see Monique don't tell people she 2'3".
He said 2'3".
She don't tell people that she can't tell nobody she that short. She can't. So she got to say, hey, I'm right at 5 something. Ain't seen 5 nothing. But she got to get in the door, to get on the ride at the park. She got to tell people that she at least 5 something.
Monique John said you ain't seen no rides at Six Flags. She said you ain't been able to get on the ride.
But now the stuff you have to, it's things that you have to lie about. Perhaps you have to lie about how much money you make. Maybe you don't want them to know. Maybe
why?
Maybe you want them to like you for you.
She said she 5 even.
Yeah, right. Yeah, okay. We're not gonna we expect that, buddy. We're gonna get a little bit weird about it. But the thing is, what if I want people to like me for me? What if I've been burned by people that use me for what I got or for what I have? Because the more successful you are, the more you are in fear that people are gonna like you or want you for the wrong reason.
Okay, so do you pull a Coming to America and downplay what you really have?
Well, see, that's the thing. Is that a lie? That boy told her that he was a goat herder. He lied to her.
Yeah, he straight lied to her.
Okay, but that was acceptable. Okay.
So is it more acceptable if the lie turns out to be more positive than negative? Is it more acceptable then?
See, we got to make up our minds what we want the lie to do, or what we don't want the lie to be. Because it still was a lie. It still was a lie. But she was, but again, she wasn't ready to handle all that he was bringing. She wasn't ready for that. He knew she wasn't ready for that. And that's why you lie sometimes. That's why you lie. Say, no, she's not. Her mind, she's not gonna be ready to dealing with the Prince of Zamunda. She's not ready for that. Or if she. Now, so are women not guilty of lying about their success? Want to downplay it? Because they say men are intimidated by it.
Oh, so you think women dumb it down for men? I don't know. Ladies, y'all let me know. Is that what they do?
But this is why they do it, because they'll say right now that we're intimidated by their success. Oh, we're gonna get to that.
Monique got a good one. Monique says most would downplay, especially about their body counts.
Dude, because people are stupid enough to ask you about it. Dude, this is one thing I learned early in marriage. Stop asking all these questions. I was so guilty of asking all these questions. So, Cheryl, what about this? And what about this? And what this? And this? And she would tell me the truth, and I'd be like, and then I say, either you got to be smart enough to stop asking all these questions, or she got to be smart enough to stop telling the truth to all of them. Because I ask it because I want because you think you want the truth, and you don't really want the truth.
Okay, that's a good point. Do you ask questions you really don't want to know the answer to? Should you ask questions you really don't know what the answer to?
You shouldn't, but we do. First of all, you're not gonna tell me what a woman not gonna ask you. Because they ask you all the questions in the world. They go down in the question almanac and say, what else can I ask right now?
Carl said that lie like to cost him everything. She wanted the truth.
Well, did she though? Did she? Was it really gonna cost him everything? She wasn't going nowhere. She was just caught up and all over that one time. It was just thrown on her. It wasn't gonna cost her. Listen, that boy was a prince. She wasn't going nowhere. It was either the Prince of Soul Glow or the Prince of Zamunda. She wasn't going nowhere.
They got real riches in Africa, brother.
He was on money. He was on money.
Yeah, that's a whole different ball game. But when we talking about stuff, asking questions of stuff you don't know, you don't want to know. What are the reasons that men will lie to their wife or their girlfriend?
Well, number one, first and foremost, we don't want people to think we've been as promiscuous as we have. To Monique's point, we don't want people to know that we've been a hoe for 10 to 15 years of our lives. You don't want to know, especially when you get a good girl, a good wholesome girl. Because listen, everybody want to feel like they got something special. Follow with me now, and you gonna let them know how special you are when you give them your body count.
Absolutely.
Everybody want to think that they got somebody special, and that everybody hadn't had a piece of them. The more people you've been with people, the less valuable you are when it comes out.
So is a man body count as important as a woman body count?
I think it is, because the woman wants to feel just like a man do. She want to feel like that she the only one that can that not the only one, because she know he's been with somebody else, but you don't want everybody in the city. D, what up? Call me.
Hey, yeah, I remember old Cola.
Dude, listen to me, because you don't want that. You don't want that. Tell me who does.
Okay, so Lisa's able to protect her feelings when the lie is more damaging. Okay, so she's saying the lie is more damaging, but men lie to protect the feelings.
Because you don't really want to know. You really want to know how much of a dog I was. You don't want to know some of the things that I did, and you don't want to know that. You don't want to know that, and people will ask you, how many women have you been with at one time? Girl, you don't want to know, because I can't remember. You don't want to know. You don't want to know all that.
I need a woman to answer this for me, because I'm not believing this. I don't think a man's body count is as significant as a woman's body count, because Mika says, if you asking me, I'll tell you the truth. You better not ask. But seriously, the lies won't help in the long run. All right. But here's what I'm saying. All right, they don't help in the long run. But let me just say this real quick. When it comes to men, I feel like men's body count, women are looking at just being the top. Okay. Men don't want you to have nobody.
Okay, to your point, women might not be as bad as men are, but I bet you this: you be with your woman and come across another woman that know you. Now, not that you done slept with, and you gonna get I know you done slept with her look. I know you done slept with her, and she gonna be all over you the rest of the night about it. Don't tell me it don't mean nothing. Yes, it does. Everybody wants to feel special, especially special about the person that they with. They don't want to feel like everybody can have that, because are you worth having if everybody can have you? No, you're not.
Well, because it's a difference in everybody can have you and everybody has had you. Is there not a difference? See, Alicia agrees with me.
She can't be on. You just said it. She can't be saying it then.
Monique says, don't ask. How many people have you been with? Instead, ask, what are your thoughts on sex before marriage? They'll tell you what you want to know. Listen. All right. Carl says, the older I get, I lie about anything that's going to disturb my peace. If I know the truth, got to start somewhere. There you go. Men lie to keep the peace.
And I get that. And he's right. I just think we don't need to know. Everything don't need to be discussed. Some stuff you need to take to the grave with you.
So let me ask you this. How much truth is too much truth?
Anything that's going to make you feel away if you would have heard from your partner. Anything that you could, that's not going to be a positive. Anything that's going to have y'all, that's going to be brought up later. Anything that they can put in their little bag and say, I'm going to put this over here, and I'm going to wait till the right moment, and I'm going to throw this back at them. Yeah. So you really got to be careful. man,
Some good argument ammunition, huh?
Oh, because it's gonna come up. Because if you say the wrong thing, him or her, you say the wrong thing, it's gonna be brought back up. It's because let me tell you why, D. Because we are very insecure as people. Most of the time, we are very insecure, and we don't need nothing to make us more insecure. If you were a dude taller than me, he got the long hair, he got the pep, and you talking about, yeah, I remember when we used to go to the beach all the time, and he used to take off his shirt, and he used to be running, and people be looking at it, and I'd be like, well, I've been to the beach too, but just because I want tall, don't listen to me. And that's easy, but it don't take much for us to feel a way about somebody else. Now, and we listen to me. We lying to ourselves if you say I'm lying. We're very insecure when it comes to our relationships with people who we with. We're very insecure. And don't no man want to be in a place where the dude has been with your girl, because don't nobody want to be feeling like that he know what she like. When I'm in a place, I want to feel like I'm the only one. I want people looking, but I want to feel like I'm the only one that has been with that know what she like.
Okay, so say you in a place and you start getting this weird vibe from a dude. You with your wife, you with your woman. You start getting this weird vibe from a dude. Do you want to know? Are you gonna ask her, hey, what's going on?
You ain't gonna have to ask. People are so rude and disrespectful, D. You ain't got to ask. They're gonna let you and everybody in the place know. You think, first of all, when he see her, he gonna start telling his boys. Oh yeah, man, that's so good. You know, boy, that's cola, boy. Woo-wee.
Cola.
Dude, because that's how we are. We are so, in our insecureness, we want to make somebody feel worse about what we've done when we don't want to done us. Because that man is gonna let everybody know, just like that woman. Oh, hey, boo. Oh, now you with your girl, you can't speak to me. Come on, we're gonna do the most, because that's what we do. That's what we do.
Say, do he still do that thing, girl? And that's how the fight got started.
And again, that's why everybody don't want to be. People don't want to be with people that everybody know of like that, man. No.
But this is the thing, because we don't care about that until we get in relationships, right? Everybody living their best life, hot girl summer, and all of this, and now when it's time to get in a relationship with somebody, now I gotta. Oh, well, man. Now you start considering how many people you've been with. Now, man, that's foolishness.
I got one more for you. And we don't consider how small the world is. Ooh. We don't consider how this person know this person. How he know the people from this group. I was in California, and I remember talking to this girl, and I think about the third or fourth person I asked about, she knew everybody that I knew in that circle. We were in California. And I said, so if it's like that in California, how you think it is around your hood? How you think it is around the area that you live in? Everybody know everybody. Everybody, within 5 people, you can get to everybody that you know.
Wow. Yeah, you're right. And the world is getting smaller and smaller with Facebook and Instagram and all that kind of stuff.
Absolutely.
Yeah, the world is getting way smaller. Ben said that's a great question. Too much truth ain't good.
For nobody. Nobody.
So John is of the belief that there are some things you should take to your grave. Yeah. There you shouldn't. I'm of the belief that there is more openness and honesty that's needed. Now, I would say this. If the lie starts to take away from the relationship, if the covering up, Moni's my hot and ready something. You better cool off, girl. That's all that foolish about. But if the lie starts to interfere, should you not say something?
I'm curious. What lies do you take to the grave, D? What you got, Ivan?
Ivan, he talking to you. Ivan said, John, you might just got some amazing lady, a husband in King Dog. Number 1, I know for a fact her body count is low. Number 2, I feel absolutely no insecurities around her. Number 3, she loved the Lord and he hears her cry. Number 4, now I'm finna hear her cry.
you know, let me tell King Dog something. That all sounds good in your mind. I just hope it played out the same way in real life, because normally that don't happen like that in real life.
Right. Right. It's all fine and good till you find out her boyfriend about 6'7". Her ex-boyfriend. You like, oh, you date him?
Dude, I'm just trying to be as honest as I can about this thing, man. Dude, you don't want to know everything about people. You don't want to know about everything about the person that you're with because you're going to get your feelings hurt. You don't want to know everything about him. You don't want to know. You don't want to know how in love he was, if she thought he was the one. Or she don't, and we asked some of the questions. It's like, why would you ask that? What are you expecting to get out of it? Because everybody want to believe when they arrived, the party stopped once they got there. And that may not be the case.
And that's a bunch of foolishness. To sit up here and think you just it. You it because the person chose to make you it. Not because you just beat everybody out. That person made a decision. I'm cutting the foolishness out now. I'm picking this person.
There you go. Again, we need things to validate us to make ourselves feel better. We need that stuff. That's how those kind of conversations come about. We need that.
I haven't talked about. I'm gonna keep him. Lisa said it's all fine and good till you run that whole facts. He called it the whole facts, like the Carfax. Show me the Carfax. The whole facts.
Wait. Okay, so I want to ask Alicia. So how do you? If not that you were anything, but if you did have a past that you really wasn't proud of, what do you do? Do you come clean and tell your significant other, or you say, "Nah, we're gonna put that in the vault because that ain't who I am. I'm saved now. I got my life right, Lord, and clean me up. That's not who I am no more."
It's covered. It's covered by the blood now.
There you go. That ain't who I am no more. But now even in that, the problem with that is normally your past will follow you. You're gonna be somewhere with your minister collar on, and somebody gonna say, "Wait a minute, you a minister now?" Hey, y'all, look, she a minister now. You know what I'm saying?
Out in the foyer in front of everybody. Girl, I remember when.
You know what I'm saying? Yes. Because somebody else gonna always remember what you was doing.
Okay. So if you got all this going on, obviously don't come clean. Because can you have true vulnerability without honesty? Can you really have vulnerability without honesty? Y'all help John out. You think you can?
I think you can. Alicia, what Alicia say, D?
He say, we say what y'all say. Baby, you changed me.
Girl, bye. Girl, bye.
I don't want to be a player no more. I think I found someone. Right.
I think you can, man. I think you can. I think with everything, it has boundaries, man. I think as long as you don't, me being honest with you and telling you how I feel about you and I want to spend the rest of my life with you has nothing to do with this over here. Me telling you about all the people I've been with, some of the crazy things I've done, some of the parties I've been with, that's not going to help. That's not going to help none of this in here. Because all you're going to ask me, if I tell you about all that, you're going to say, well, I couldn't possibly be enough for you if this is all the stuff you've experienced. One person can't be enough for you. And that's not true. It's just gonna add more to it. Then I don't think you can. I don't think you even should think about it. Matter of fact, I'm gonna put the little Men in Black thing up and hit you with the light so you don't remember none of that.
Boy, wouldn't that be convenient? Everybody had that. Wouldn't nobody remember nothing around here, boy. People's brains be fried.
Oh, bro, what you talking about?
See, me can say I don't think you can. So I'm assuming you means you can't have true vulnerability without honesty. Monique says yes, you can. So she agrees. It's about being honest with what's going on right now. Not all the past thing. But here's the thing, because you just said it, John. You just said it. The past will catch up with you. Okay. And when the past catches up, I would rather to have a heads up than to be blindsided.
Okay, how about this, D? Now, the heads up gonna be, I'm trying to think of what's a good way it can come back up on it? Because it really ain't no good way it can come. Ain't no really good way it can come up.
Okay. So obviously there's no true vulnerability without truth and honesty.
So wait, so you and Ivan telling me you don't take none to the grave? Y'all telling me that all the stuff that done ever happened, all experiences, you telling everything.
But what I'm saying, if it affects the relationship.
You're right.
If I used to steal when I was 7, 8 years old, you don't need to know I don't steal no more. But if it's something if there's a past abuse and I'm dealing with you a certain way because I've been abused and because I just can't talk about that, I haven't told you about it, then there is some level of honesty that's needed because it's affecting relationship.
You're right. If you used to somebody choking you out doing sex, then you need to let me know. Because if you be doing like this, I'm gonna think you choking or something. I ain't gonna know. I need to put my hands around you.
Need some water. Monique said it depends on what's in the past, the big things.
Yes. The things that are altered relationships. Yes.
Right. She said, right, if it affects the relationship. But what determines what affects a relationship, what you can consider not a big deal, may be a big deal to that person.
I determine that. I determine what goes in the vault and what comes out of the vault. And for the most part, like, and I get it. Because the big things that you're talking about, D, are still going to be with me. We can't shake the big things like we can some of the smaller things. Now, and this is the funny thing about smaller things. They can become a lot bigger if I share them with you. What may be small and minute to me, if I share them, oh my God, World War III. I should have never said nothing about it. And you got to know which things they are. You got to know what's going to be detrimental, what's going to make him feel away, or what's going to make her feel away. And that's the vault I gotta have, because I don't want to hurt her feelings.
So there are some things, and it's a matter of protecting. Are you protecting yourself or you're protecting relationship?
Listen, none of this about me. Me and my friend, ain't none of it about us. We all about the people. We all about the people.
I would say in my relationship, yes, John. That's what I told you on Friday night special. He said I snowed cork off the lower backs of strippers right by the tramp stamp. I watched Animal Ford and some other. Well, what? Now, that level of honesty you need to fix when you get with somebody. They're gonna be judging you seriously.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Okay, so Monique said, John, you speaking. All right. Stop talking so much.
I'm just saying, dude, it don't need nobody. Listen. And let me say this. And the later, because luckily I was in my 20s. No, wait. I'm gonna strike that from the record. Matter of fact, I'm gonna say something completely different. I'm just glad. I'm just glad that I have an opportunity to explain. No, man, you don't need to explain everything. Hey, listen, and you don't want them to. This is the thing, we got to get this. It's not just about me protecting her, but I want her to protect me as well. If I'm asking you questions that you don't want to answer or that you don't feel like could be that affect the relationship positively, don't answer it. Oh, you don't want to know that. You don't want to know that. Okay.
You say you want her to protect you as well, but what if she can't protect you because she don't know what she's in the dark? And it comes up, okay, and now she need to protect you.
Okay, there is always a training period for what he's going to be affected by and what he's not. There's a training period. There's a series of questions that's going to be asked. If you answer any one of these series of questions, one of them out of the pack, you're going to know how he's going to take the rest of them. Because let's be honest, D. Don't nobody want to know you was head over heels in love with nobody else before them. What good did that do? Nobody know how he dogged you out. You kept coming back. Who want to hear that? I don't want to hear it. Nobody want to hear that. Nobody wants to hear that you was a fool for somebody else before I found you. Who want to hear that, D? Because I don't want to hear it.
If you breathing, you've been a fool for somebody. So
no, listen.
You got to make that assumption.
Now, you knowing that and me telling you is two completely different things.
You're right. You're absolutely right.
Because if you tell me that ain't gonna be the end of it, I'm gonna ask you some more questions. Well, what did he do? Oh wow, he did all that. And what did you do? Oh wow, you did that. Oh, and who, dude? No, you don't want that. You don't need that. You don't need that. Knowing stuff to happen and you tell me completely different, man.
I even say if she say you don't want to know that, you're gonna know the answer is bad.
Well, okay, you're right.
Answer the question if you say that.
Because I thought about it. When I said it, I thought, yeah, you probably can't say you want it. No, you lie. You lie. That's when you lie. You lie.
So Lisa says
you don't want to know that. No.
Lisa says, see, but if I find out something without having a heads up, it's all bad.
But Alicia, what could you possibly find out about the guy that's gonna be all bad? Because now if you have a guy, any guy worth having, women are gonna be women, men are gonna be men with you guys. What could you possibly find out? Because if you're not the kind, because think about this, where she meets you, she gonna know what's coming with you when she meets you. If she meets you in the club and women all over you, she gonna know he probably got a pass with women. If they out, but if they not, if you're not, you can't. So you telling me you can't tell the type of man or woman that you marry? You don't know the package that come with that.
Let me get Carl. Carl says, but on the real, lying is part of your representative. Man, truth is the only way you can get the truth. One deserves the real. He say, put it out there, man.
I'm not. Nope.
Because here's my thing. If you don't put it out there, the person finds out. You say this person is the one, this one I love, and then once they find out, they're like, I can't do this. I can't do this. Then wouldn't that be something you want to know up front rather than later?
But see, y'all talking about big stuff. Y'all talking about big stuff. Remember, I told you, big stuff is small stuff that you shouldn't have told. And once you tell it, then it done blow it up and you can't get it back in that bottle.
Okay, Mika says, if it could throw off the trajectory of our relationship, I need to know, John.
Mika, don't you worry about that, child. We gonna be just fine. Right. Listen, it's a tough balancing game with this whole thing. There you go. It is.
Because you don't know if it's some information that needs to be shared, and typically when you find out you should have shared it, it's too late. Because you got to examine, why are you holding it back anyway? Fear of rejection, fear of being judged, fear. What's the fear? Because typically there's a fear attached to sharing the information. This person ain't gonna look at me the same way. I might lose the relationship, and all this type of stuff comes into play. And that's different than I just upset you for the night.
Well, I get it, and I agree with what you're saying, D. I'm just saying, be smart. If we be smarter about what we're doing in our past, then perhaps we wouldn't have to have take that to the grave with me moments. But because we don't use wisdom with our past, we create moments that you need to take to the grave with you, or it's going to create a big firestorm when it comes up. So
wow.
Final thought. So my final thought for this evening is, remember, everybody wants to be somebody that somebody wants or needs in their life. And in order for you to be that, we have, like I said earlier, we have to make smarter decisions. And so we won't have to have anything that we got to take to the grave with us, move from this point forward. Because your life is a microcosm of decisions that you're making. And if you're not making the right decisions, that'll be more stuff that you'll perhaps have to take to the grave with you. So let's be smart about our relationships. Let's be smart about some of the things that we're doing, so we won't have anything we have to take to the grave with us. That's my final thought.
One thing about relationships and being honest about things, people motivated by fear. A lot of times motivated by fear. If you know there are some things in your past that are questionable. There are some things in your past that a person might look at you different on. You might want to make sure you dealt with that fully. And how do you know? If you can talk about it without having that emotional attachment to it, without feeling that shame, that regret and everything, it's probably something you've healed from. But if it still brings you back to a place to where you feel a shame, you feel a regret, this is probably something some work you need to do before you move on and get into a relationship with somebody. I talk about wounds versus scars. A wound still has pain attached to it. A scar is something you can touch it, you can poke it, but there's no pain. Scars you can talk about. And you can talk about things that you've done if that's not you anymore. But if this is just somebody buried that can be resurrected, now we got a problem. Take more time to heal and disconnect from your past before you move forward to your future. Don't drag somebody in with you while you still holding on to a past that you're trying to shake, because it's going to create more lies. It's going to create more disconnection, because once it's resurrected, now this person is going to find out, and you won't be the person that you played yourself up to be to that person. So protect yourself, protect the other person, deal with your issues before you move forward with people in relationships. And that's our King Speak for this week.
See, that's what them NDAs for. I'm gonna get a sign right here, please.
Thank you all. Thank Alicia. Thanks, Ivan. Appreciate y'all. He said John's thoughts process isn't crazy. Okay, it's worthy of debate. We need to keep this conversation going. All right. So you want to keep the conversation going? We got to talk about this. How much is too much? Appreciate y'all. We appreciate everybody that's joined us tonight. Stop by for the show. Mika, she says, y'all make me look forward to Monday evenings. Great show.
Appreciate it. Guys.
Let us know we did our job.
Yeah.
Our job. And we would be nothing. The conversation would be nothing without y'all. We appreciate y'all chiming in. Yeah. Appreciate the input from all you all. Right? Alicia says, woo, yes, deal with trauma. Deal with it. Yeah, you got more time. Most people get into relationships trying to avoid stuff that they've been through when they need to deal with it first, because it's gonna come back up.
And you don't have no excuse now not to deal with it. Everywhere they talking about dealing with your trauma. They talk about this everywhere. So you don't have an excuse like you used to. It's right. As a matter of fact, it's right on this page. Deal with your trauma.
Right.
We got a trauma queen with us. Deal with your trauma
queen. We got the trauma queen. He specializes in helping people deal with their trauma. So it's something that everybody has. We got to deal with it.
Absolutely.
Because you drag this stuff into relationships, and it's like that thing that's stinking and you can't find the source. Yeah.
Ooh, dang, you done did to me.
Just know something stinking and it's messing up the air, and you trying to find the source.
And you like, is that me?
That's right. You start looking around like, is that you? Is that me? There's some stuff that happened to you in your past. So you got to deal with it. Get with somebody who knows how to help you dig up this stuff and find it. Right?
Because it stank.
It stank real bad. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, like the podcast. You know where to find us: Apple, Google, Spotify, Spreaker, all the platforms. Check us out. Always, you can catch us on BS3 TV on Roku. Make sure you go on Roku, look us up, check us out. Check out the whole BS3 TV family. Right? I almost went back in, Alicia. We got to end this. We got to wrap it up. I'm going to pull up this time. I'll save it for Sunday.
Because he's about to get on it, boy.
I will save it for Sunday.
Oh, that's funny.
Real quick, man, let them know where to find you, man.
Oh, yeah. You can find me at Yogi Lou on Facebook. John Yogi. You can find me at Yogi Lou on Instagram. What is it called? The Gram. And I have my own YouTube page at John Yogi. Y'all check me out.
You can catch me Overcomers Empowerment Ministries, we're on BS3 TV as well on Sunday mornings at 10 a.m. But you can catch the past episodes on demand. And we broadcast every Sunday, 10 a.m., Facebook, YouTube, and BS3 TV. So definitely go check us out and hope that you'll be blessed. So, appreciate everybody. Love y'all. Gonna catch y'all next Monday. Peace out.